What I say? What I say? I mean, I'm too good at my job. Yeah, y'all gonna deal with this. Devin Haney, who is he gonna fight? People, listen, I've been saying the same thing. Oh, by the way, this is an Ego Thoughts video. I told you I'm going back to the basics. What that means is back to my true essence, giving you guys that real spill when it comes to boxing, that real talk. And I got a lot to say, so make sure you guys subscribe. Devin Haney, I told you guys. Now, I know some people, they don't like when I say, I told you so, but I did. They don't like when I say I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close, but I am. In my past content, you guys could check it up. If you remember, you could type I remember in case people doubt. But I told you ever since the Ryan Garcia fight, Devin Haney was in between a rock and a hard place. It was going to be difficult to get fights. I mean, there's so many things. And I want to recap some of these issues because I get new viewers all the time. Maybe some people didn't check or weren't subscribed back then. So Ryan Garcia did a number on Devin Haney. I do not care what any of the Haneyacks have to say about that because they never prove me wrong. They say, oh man, why are you not talking about the cheater? There's nothing to talk about. If there's a Ryan Garcia video that is relevant, then I will talk about it on my channel. Keyword, operative word being my channel, right? So the funny thing is the Haneyacks love to distract. They love to try to take you away from the actual subject at hand, the actual conversation, and try to reroute you. It's like Waze or GPS, Google Maps. They want to rerouting. You mentioned Devin Haney, rerouting. That's it. But we're not here. You're not going to change this programming. I said what I said. I meant what I said. And now you guys are seeing it. I put out a bet. And it's safe to say I was right. I said Devin will not announce his next fight by Christmas. And I said, if what I'm saying is wrong, prove me wrong. And they didn't. Christmas came, no announcement from Devin Haney. So back to Ryan Garcia. I'll make relevant Ryan Garcia videos as needed. But there's nothing for me to say that I haven't already said at this current point. The man is suspended. His fight with Onpo got canceled / postponed. Who knows if they'll reschedule it? And guess what? Credit to Ryan Garcia. He's kind of just tucked out and he's not really been as heavy on social media as he's been in the past. So what is there to talk about with Ryan that the Haneys want me to talk about, or the Haneyacks, you know? But again, this is a distraction from the real situation. The reason I'm bringing up this situation with Devin, because I see it still going on. Here's the problem. Ryan hurt Devin's stock. Goes without saying. I've already went over that. You could look at any Bill Haney or Devin Haney comment section and tell me you don't see, depending on the platform, of course. If it's Twitter, you can put GIFs. Tell me you don't see GIFs and images of Ryan dropping Devin Haney, and I'll stop. But I'm never going to stop because you see that, right? So it exists. You go on Instagram, people are like, oh, what about your baby mama? Oh, what about Young Thug? Oh, Ryan Garcia. All these things that are currently, I told you the Haneys have had a terrible 2024, right? That's just the reality of it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to lie. That's what it is. But the reason from a boxing perspective that I think Devin is in between a rock and a hard place is because it's so many different factors. The Ryan fight, the stock drop. That goes without saying. You can bring up Osterine or whatever till your face turns blue. But there were bad moves that his team did. No rematch clause. Not putting Ryan on a rehydration clause. Went over all of these things. Then you're getting in fights with ride conductors at a carnival or some kind of fairgrounds circus. Boxers like Conor Ben, they're like, oh, you're a Muppet, you're silly, how could you sue? Rollies like, just get your butt back in the gym. Boxers, your own peers, aren't even understanding it. They're like, this look weak. Tim Bradley says it's soft as baby-ish, etc., etc. So you're contending with all these things, and then now you have this baby mama drama with Young Thug, right? And if I see this, tell me you don't think that the networks see this. The people who are in charge of these purse strings. I think the Haneys are expecting Turkey to just bail them out. Now, I'm not Turkey. I don't know what he got in mind, but I really feel like if Turkey really, really wanted to do business with you, he would have put you on this mega card on February 22nd, because he put Shakur Stevenson, whose profile is not in the same position. He put him on that card, but he didn't put you on the card. So like I keep saying, Devin's in between a rock and a hard place, and I think him and his team are only making it worse. Bill Haney wants to be the mouthpiece, and he continually talks for his son. What man do you know that is age 21 or older, not let alone 26, Devin Haney's age, that lets their dad constantly talk for them, right? As if Devin doesn't have vocal cords, like he's Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Like Ursula reached down his throat, pause, and took out his vocal cords. Like, I'm just being real. Like, who do you know? So Bill Haney's trying to, change the narrative, and that's part of it. Part of it is Bill Haney constantly all in the video. People feel what they feel. You cannot get on. I mean, he could do whatever he wants. But what I'm saying is getting online and trying to change millions and thousands of people's mind with these like random rhetoric videos and caption video, that ain't the ticket, bro. I've been online making money for double-digit years. That is not the ticket. I'm just telling you. So again, I said Devin wouldn't announce his fight by Christmas, and he hasn't. And I think another big portion is, I think it's going to take for Devin Haney, either somebody is going to have to sugar daddy it and say, hey, despite Devin Haney's profile being in the gutter right now, I came from the gutter and I'm still here, right? We want to take a major loss and give Devin Haney $10 million or whatever will appease him to take X, Y, and Z fight. Or I think the Haneys got to come to their senses a bit more and look at the scope of things and pick one of these fights, right? There's so many fights that I feel like they're letting those fights slip by. Like Liam Paro, that could have been you with the IBF title. You just lost the WBC champion in recess. You could have been the one to lift it off of Liam Paro. You sparred him. If you feel like, you could have beat him, you should have took Eddie Hearn and Liam Paro's offer, even if it was less money. But Liam Paro says you wanted silly money. Teofimo and Bob Arum said they offered you something. You didn't take that. Bob Arum went on wax and said this. Bill Haney went on wax and said that he ain't effing with Top Rank. He ain't effing with Top Rank. Why should he work with Top Rank? They're only gonna try to make him sell over 100K pay-per-view buys. Like, what? You had all these content creators and minions out here saying that Devin is the face of boxing and he walks on water, and that Devin is a huge blockbuster star, but then the team is afraid to try to beat more than 100,000 pay-per-view buys. The face of boxing, really? That don't even make sense. And then Devin's past numbers, like Regis Prograis, they were lying and trying to tell the public that on DAZN pay-per-view, a lesser fighter like Regis Prograis, in terms of lesser known, right? A lesser known southpaw outsold on ESPN pay-per-view a more decorated Lomachenko, who is a more established and name recognizable figure in boxing. And those numbers, they said, did around, 130, 155,000 pay-per-view buys, 150K or so, right? So these people, the resistance, the Haneyaks, the usual suspects, old media, they try to convince you that Devin was a massive star. Look at his live gate in San Francisco. Okay, if you so hot in San Francisco, go back to San Francisco. Go back to the Chase Center where the Golden State Warriors play with your next fight. If you the live gate king, why would you not double tap that, right? For example, Tank set a record versus Rolly, who didn't even have 20 fights when they fought. I don't even know if he has 20 fights now. And they set a record at the Barclays Center. Tank's next fight with Lamont Roach is where? Oh yeah, at the Barclays Center. So if Devin says he's from the Bay, Bill Haney's from Oakland, and if you're capable of doing the live game and you have Devin Haney Promotions, DHP Promotions, why not go back to the Chase Center? But either way, announce your next opponent. The world is waiting. But instead, what we're getting is Bill arguing with fans in comment section and doing a million interviews on podcasts like that means something. The actual fighter that laces him up is Devin. People want to see how he's looking post Ryan Garcia fight. I mean, you got the lawsuit, you got Bill Haney constantly talking about everything but his next fight. Why not fight Richardson Hitchens? Why not fight Teofimo? You have DHP Promotions, but then Devin Haney took to social media and blamed promoters and called them the B word. He said these promoters, they're the reasons that I haven't been back. They're the reasons I haven't come back to fight. I mean, it sounds crazy. Which one is it? Are you your own promoter with DHP Promotions and you don't need anyone because you're independent? Or do you need to partner with someone? And if that's the case, why are you saying we ain't effing with Top Rank? Why are you beefing with Eddie Hearn and calling him a snake? Why are you suing Golden Boy? How is any of this going to get it done? You let me know that in the comment section. I'm right per usual. Deuces.